Did you know that the average person speaks about 7,000 words per day? Yet, when asked to speak unexpectedly, many of us freeze up, searching for the right words. Speaking on the spot isn't just for the select few with natural talent, it's a skill that can be honed and mastered by anyone willing to put in the effort. In this series, Quick Thinking, 6 Techniques for On-the-Spot Speaking, we'll unlock the secrets to becoming a compelling speaker, no matter the situation. From the power of strategic pauses in Silence is Golden, to harnessing your emotions in Emotional Equilibrium, each chapter dives into unique, actionable strategies that will transform the way you communicate. Imagine captivating an audience with your quick wit, or impressing your colleagues with seamless, confident responses. These aren't just dreams, they're achievable goals. Get ready to engage in a journey that will not only improve how you speak but will change how you connect with people every day. Stay tuned, because by the end of this series, you'll not only speak more effectively, you'll think faster and impact more profoundly. Let's begin this adventure together. Chapter 1, The Art of Instant Insight. Have you ever been put on the spot and wished you had the perfect response ready? Mastering the art of quick thinking isn't just a skill for debaters and public speakers, it's invaluable in everyday life. The key lies in training your brain to respond swiftly and cleverly in any situation. First, let's debunk a myth. Quick thinking isn't about speeding up all your thoughts. It's about enhancing your ability to think efficiently under pressure. A Stanford study suggests that the brain's quick response to unexpected scenarios isn't just raw speed but well-practiced patterns of thinking. So, how do you get there? Practice, practice, practice. The more you put yourself in situations where you need to think on your feet, the better you'll become at it. One effective strategy is to always stay informed. The more you know, the more material your brain has to work with when you need to improvise. Read widely and diversely, books, articles, and reports. This not only broadens your knowledge but improves your associative thinking, crucial for linking ideas spontaneously. Another tip is to play the explanation game. Challenge yourself to explain complex concepts in simple terms. This practice sharpens your ability to break down complex information quickly, a key skill in fast thinking. Visual thinking can also be a game changer. Try to visualize information as you receive it. This can be imagining data as charts or storylines as pathways. Visuals are processed by the brain faster than text, so this technique can significantly speed up your response time. Lastly, never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. According to research, sleep significantly enhances problem-solving skills and creativity. It's like hitting the reset button on your brain, allowing you to respond more creatively the next day. Chapter 2, Mind Maps Unleashed. Now that we've covered how to sharpen your quick thinking skills, let's dive into a tool that can organize these rapid thoughts, mind maps. Mind maps are a fantastic way to visually organize information, especially when you're under the clock. Think of a mind map like a tree. The main idea is the trunk, and each related thought is a branch. This visualization helps your brain navigate and connect information more swiftly. Tony Buzan, who popularized mind mapping, claims it leverages the brain's natural way of working, which is associative rather than linear. Creating a mind map is simple. Start with a central idea, and draw branches that represent related thoughts or tasks. This method not only speeds up your thought process but also makes it easier to recall information later. Mind maps are particularly useful in brainstorming sessions, project planning, and revision for exams. They allow you to dump all relevant information around a topic in a structured way, reducing the mental load and freeing up cognitive resources to focus on quick decision-making. For those who think better aloud, talking through a mind map can be especially powerful. This dual-channel engagement, visual and auditory, anchors information more securely in your memory, enabling faster retrieval when you need it. A fun fact to remember: when tested, individuals who use mind maps for studying or project planning tend to complete tasks 20% faster on average. This isn't just about saving time, it's about enhancing the quality of your thinking and presentations. To wrap up, integrating mind maps into your daily routine can transform the way you process and deliver information. They are not just tools for organization but catalysts for innovative thinking and quick problem solving. Chapter 3, Silence is Golden. Ever noticed how the most confident speakers aren't afraid to pause? Silence, often feared by novices, is actually a speaker's best friend. It's a secret weapon for effective communication, giving you a moment to think and your audience a chance to digest your words. Let's start with the basics. A pause can make you look thoughtful rather than unprepared. In fact, studies suggest that speakers who use strategic pauses are perceived as more persuasive than those who don't. It's all about using silence to emphasize your points. Think of it as the white space in art. It defines and shapes the overall impact. Incorporating pauses into your speech is simple. Before an important point, take a breath. This not only gives you a moment to organize your thoughts but also signals to your audience that something significant is coming. It's like using a highlighter in a book, marking where your listeners should pay close attention. A practical tip is to practice with a metronome. Set it to a slow pace and try to align your speech with its beats, inserting pauses at natural breaks in your sentences. This technique helps regulate the rhythm of your speech and makes the inclusion of pauses more natural. Another approach is to consciously slow down your rate of speech. People tend to speed up when nervous, which can lead to rambling. By slowing down, you naturally create more pauses and give an impression of calmness and control. Remember, the power of pause is not just in giving you time to think but also in helping your audience understand and remember your message. According to psychological research, strategic pauses can increase audience comprehension by up to 40%. Chapter 4: Emotional Equilibrium. Handling emotions while speaking is a crucial skill for any speaker. It's about striking a balance between enthusiasm and calm, ensuring your nerves don't get the better of you. First, acknowledge that it's perfectly normal to feel nervous. The key is not to eliminate anxiety but to manage and channel it effectively. A helpful strategy is the use of deep breathing techniques. Breathing deeply and slowly helps reduce tension and promotes a feeling of calm. This can dramatically improve your delivery by stabilizing your voice and reducing shaking. Visualization is another powerful tool. Before you speak, visualize yourself delivering a successful speech. Sports psychologists have long used this technique to help athletes perform under pressure. By imagining a positive outcome, you set a mental precedent that can influence your actual performance. Maintaining emotional equilibrium also involves preparing for the unexpected. If you get thrown off by a tough question or a distraction, having a backup plan can save the day. Prepare a few fallback phrases like, "That's a great question, let me think about that for a moment," or "Let's look at that from a different angle." Engaging with your audience can also help manage nerves. Make eye contact, smile, and if appropriate, ask questions. This interaction makes the experience feel more like a conversation and less like a monologue, easing feelings of isolation. Finally, practice makes perfect. The more you speak in front of others, the more comfortable you will become with your emotional responses. Each speaking opportunity is a chance to refine your approach and learn what works best for you. Chapter 5: Anecdotes on Demand. Nothing captivates an audience like a well-timed story. Anecdotes can make your presentations more engaging and memorable. But how do you pull the perfect story out of thin air? It's not just about having a good memory, it's about preparing and positioning your stories for easy recall. Start by building a story bank. This is a collection of personal experiences, historical snippets, and interesting facts that you can relate to various topics. Regularly update and review this bank so these stories are always at the tip of your tongue. Keeping a journal or digital notes can be incredibly helpful in maintaining this resource. When selecting an anecdote, consider its relevance and impact. A good story is not just entertaining but also underscores your message. It should seamlessly integrate into your discussion points, serving as a real-life example of your arguments. Remember, relevance is key. Irrelevant stories can distract and confuse your audience. To make anecdotes more effective, practice the art of storytelling. Focus on the elements of setting, conflict, and resolution. This structure not only makes the story easier to follow but also more compelling. Engage your audience by painting a vivid picture. Let them see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt. Timing is also crucial. Introduce your anecdote at a moment when the audience needs a break from technical details or when you see their attention waning. Stories can re-engage an audience and give them a moment to breathe and reflect, making your message more impactful. Finally, don't forget to practice. The more you tell a story, the better it will flow. Practice in front of a mirror, with friends, or in low-stake environments to hone your delivery. Chapter 6: Feedback Loop. Every speaking opportunity is a learning opportunity. Embrace feedback, not just as a critique but as a crucial element of your growth as a speaker. Feedback helps you understand your audience's needs, refine your messages, and improve your delivery. Start by actively seeking feedback after every presentation. Encourage your audience to give honest opinions about what worked and what didn't. This can be through direct conversation, digital surveys, or feedback forms. Be open and welcoming to their thoughts. This encourages more genuine and useful responses. Reflect on the feedback you receive. Identify common themes or repeated points of critique. These are your areas of improvement. It's also important to celebrate what you're doing right. Recognize your strengths and think about how you can leverage them further. Incorporate feedback into your practice. For instance, if multiple people mention that your speaking pace is too fast, work on slowing down and pausing. If they love how you handle questions, consider integrating more interactive Q&A sessions in your talks. It's also valuable to observe other speakers and learn from them. Attend conferences, workshops, or watch online talks. Note what you find engaging and try to emulate these aspects in your own style. Conversely, notice what turns you off or what seems ineffective and make sure you avoid these pitfalls in your own presentations. Lastly, remember that improvement is a continuous process. There is always room for growth. Set specific, measurable goals for your speaking skills and regularly review your progress against these targets. This structured approach to self-improvement can dramatically enhance your effectiveness and confidence as a speaker.